Number 10. Which concluding sentence should be added after sentence 18 to support the topic presented in the passage? Okay, we only had 2 sentences in that final paragraph, so I suspected we might be adding one right from the get-go. This is another classic revising editing part B question. What's the best concluding sentence? Well, a concluding sentence has to do what? It needs to restate the thesis, claim, and arguments of the passage. So in that vein, we're probably going to get a number of answers that seem plausible, appealing, loosely related to that topic or thesis claim. However, you need to clearly identify the main idea, the topic, and what's interesting about that topic to get the answer right here, and stick to that idea and no other. Okay? So what is that in this case? That was, if we recall, we had a problem statement in the beginning that transportation across the Alps was difficult. The Goddard-based tunnel was the solution to that. That is the main idea of this passage. So E, there is proof that underground tunnels such as the Goddard-based tunnel are beneficial to the economy of the surrounding area. Well, first of all, proof, if we remember, is a very extreme word. So I'm likely to eliminate based on that. And secondly, the fact that it's beneficial to the economy of the surrounding area may well be true, but that is not the main idea. That was not the thesis claim of this passage. So it's not the correct answer. F. The Goddard-based tunnel is an extraordinary example of how human ingenuity and persistence can overcome great obstacles. Okay, the main idea of this passage is that the Goddard-based tunnel solved the problem of not being able to get across the Alps. This is essentially what that says. This essentially says the same thing. I think F is going to be the answer. It also mentions the extraordinary example of human ingenuity. That actually ties back our hook. If we recall from the reading, we mentioned the first 2 sentences. An age-old proverb says that necessity is the mother of invention. Centuries of human ingenuity in the face of obstacles prove this to be true. Well, it's a nice technique in writing to take your hook and sort of tie it up with a bow back at the end, which this sentence seems to be doing as well. So that gives me an extra confidence that F is the correct answer. It's restating the main idea and consistent with that hook at the beginning of the whole passage. So I think F is going to be our right answer. Let's look at G and H. The completion of the Goddard-based tunnel shows that people can work together to achieve important goals. So again, like E, this might be true. People do work together to achieve important goals. That is not the main idea of this passage. The main idea of the passage is the Goddard-based tunnel is the solution to the problem of getting across the Alps. The focus is not on how people work together. H. The Swiss government is confident that the economic impact of the Goddard-based tunnel will be worth its construction cost. So this is kind of like E a little bit, right? It's good for the economy, and by the way, the Swiss government will make money on it. That is not the idea of the passage, right? It may well be true, but the passage idea is the Goddard-based tunnel solves a problem, the problem being it's difficult and timely to get across the Alps between Italy and Switzerland. So again, notice how I repeated that core main idea, that thesis claim over and over and over again. Why do I do that? Because I need almost an obsessive focus to stay consistent with that correct main idea and not E, G, and H, which seem very plausible and may be true, but just simply aren't either in the passage or aren't the main idea from the passage. And that's how we answer these concluding sentences correctly and consistently.